Hello everybody, this is ViperZeroOne, and today we're going to talk about uninterruptible power supplies, or UPSs for short. These are basically batteries for your computer or any other electronic device, and usually they come in really handy during things like thunderstorms or power outages. They're mostly made for power outages, but they can save you from a lightning strike as well. You still want to have a good surge protector in that event though. So moving along, the reason I'm doing this video is because I have the opportunity to do this video. It's not an opportunity that I want to come around very often. I was just through a pretty nasty lightning storm the other day, and I noticed that my UPS was having issues, so I decided to check it out. And once I found everything out, I was like, hey, I can do a video on this and tell everybody how to save some money. Now, when I'm talking about saving money, most times these things, when you find them in stores, they're over $100. In fact, when I first bought this one, which was probably, I want to say maybe 10 years ago now, I spent over $150 on it. And it has gone through only 2 battery replacements in the entire lifetime that I've had it. This is actually going to be the 2nd battery replacement. So anyway, getting on to this. The whole reason I'm doing this video is because the batteries for these things cost a hell of a lot less than replacing the whole unit, and I don't want to replace the whole unit because that's just putting crap in our landfill that doesn't need to be there. I mean, we have become a throwaway society, and that's not a good thing. So whenever you have a chance to save something, it's always good to do so. Now when I turn this on, which I've made sure mine is actually safe to turn on, when I turn it on, you'll notice the line battery or light comes on, which tells me that it is on and it is getting power, but also the replace battery light comes on. Now, I could continue to use this safely. It will have no battery power. It'll just act as a surge protector. I don't want to do that though. The whole reason I bought this thing was to use as a battery backup. So I'm going to unplug it. And now, before I open it, there's a few words of caution here. These power supplies do have a heck of a lot of voltage. You can see down here, 425 VA. So if you're not comfortable around voltage, you don't feel like getting electrocuted, stay away. Because you don't need to be scared while you're in here. You do need to be very careful, but being scared while you're in here might cause you to make some mistakes, which we don't want to do. So, you can see I already have my screws out. They're right here. But these things all have the ability to be opened. There are screw holes on mine here and here, as well as the same location on the other side. And that's basically what was holding it together. Now, I also had to get a flat-headed screwdriver, and I had to pry to do a little popping in here. There was nothing that was glued or anything. It's just that it was kind of stuck closed, probably from the manufacturing process. So when you open these up, immediately you're going to see, now yours is going to be different than mine, just design-wise probably. You're going to see the main circuit board, okay? Do not touch anything on the main circuit board. In fact, don't touch anything in here at all. These capacitors here could still be charged, and they will give you quite a nasty shock if you touch them. Or they could, I should say. Now, another good tip before you open it is to hold the power button, or just after you open it, hold the power button, because what that might do is discharge those capacitors. I'm not saying it will, I'm saying it might. Okay? So once we have it opened, you see your battery, okay? You have your main battery leads, positive and negative. What you want to do is just pull those and move them out of the way, just like that. Okay, actually I'm going to hook mine over here just so it stays. Now you can remove your battery. Do not pry your battery out of here. If it will not come, give it a little more coaxing. You know, try to maybe open the sides of your UPS a little bit. They are mostly flexible, depending on your UPS, of course. But make sure you grab the battery and pull it straight up, and it should come out. I'm going to slide this off to the side now. Okay, so here's our UPS battery. That is basically all that is wrong with this UPS. If there was something more wrong with it, the lights and all that wouldn't have come on, and it wouldn't still be acting as a surge protector. If the fuses went, there's a fuse right here, and I believe there's also a fuse in the back here. There's a fuse in here. If one of these would have gone, it wouldn't work at all. Now, I don't know how they survived while the battery took the hit, but that's basically what happened. So on inspection of our battery, here's our battery. You can see the edges are bulged, which can happen with batteries over time, but mine actually is split now. And that's what'll kill it, having an open battery. So thankfully these batteries don't leak, because if they did I would have quite a mess on my hands, but it is dead and it will need to be replaced. Now these batteries are often used for alarm systems, which means you might be able to find a replacement at an alarm company. Mostly though you can find them in electronic stores. And I'm not talking your regular Radio Shack, although they might be able to order one in. But if you walk into an electronics store and you see a bunch of circuitry like this, you know, basically in little bags on the walls, you're in the right place. Take the information from the side, either, you know, snap a photo with your cell phone, which is the best way to do it, or write down the information. So the company name, which in this case is GS, or you see GS battery, okay? And take the model number, which in this case is PE12V7.2. There you go. You can also find other numbers on here. There's an etch number here, which I don't think anybody would be able to do anything with. So take usually the biggest number, and that'll be your model number. Also, be very careful handling these batteries. You never know; there could be some kind of acid around the open side. So you definitely want to be careful when you're handling them, not to get your hands in anything that could be corrosive. Keep away from openings. Alrighty. So when you get your new battery, all you do is you drop it back in, just like that. You plug your leads back in. Doesn't really matter which one you start with. So you plug in your leads, just like so. Close your lid. Put your screws back in. Okay? Plug it in and let it charge. Do not hook a system up to it right away. Do not hook it up to your computer right away. Do not do anything like that. Plug it in. Let it charge. I would say a good, I don't know, I usually leave mine 12 hours to make sure it's fully charged before you plug it in your computer or whatever else you're going to plug it in. I actually use this one because it's rather small. I use this one for a lamp in the living room. Just in case the power goes out, I still have lighting. So there you go. That's basically UPSs in a nutshell and how to fix them. The battery for this guy, I just contacted my electronics store around the corner here, and it runs about $40. So if I think about that, I just saved myself, you know, going from purchase price of this when I got it, I just saved myself $110 by just replacing the battery instead of replacing the whole unit. And I kept it out of the landfill. So there you go. It's economic and it will save you money. So this is ViperZeroOne. Have a great day. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this. Take care.